A middle-aged man named Ethan was drowning in severe depression. The crushing weight of the world felt too heavy to carry. He finally decided to see a renowned psychiatrist to find an escape from his mental prison. During their first consultation, the doctor sat back and listened quietly as Ethan poured his heart out. "I am completely overwhelmed, doctor," Ethan confessed, his voice trembling. "The relentless pressure of my corporate job, the soaring costs of my children's education, the suffocating mortgage on my house, and the endless car loans. It is tearing me apart. I feel so isolated, so deeply sad, and completely broken. The world thinks I'm losing my mind, but I am just a man running out of ammo in a war I didn't ask to fight." He laid the entire book of his life open on the desk, raw and bleeding. The psychiatrist thought deeply for a moment, then looked up with a calm smile. "Ethan, tell me, where did you graduate from high school?" Ethan named a well-known local public school. "Here is your prescription," the doctor said. "I want you to go back to that high school. Request a copy of your 10th grade graduation yearbook or class registry. Find the names of all your classmates from that year, and try your absolute best to track down their current life situations. Write everything down in a journal and see me exactly 1 month from today." Puzzled but desperate for relief, Ethan followed the instructions. He went to his old school, successfully tracked down the registry, and made a copy. There were exactly 120 names on that list. Over the next month, spending his evenings making phone calls, searching social media, and asking old friends, he managed to gather detailed information on 75 of his former classmates. What he discovered shook him to his very core. Out of those 75 childhood friends, 20 were already dead. 7 were completely paralyzed or bedridden. 13 had gone through messy, bitter divorces and were utterly broken emotionally. 10 others were struggling so severely with substance abuse and trauma that they weren't even capable of holding a normal conversation. 5 had fallen into such extreme, inescapable poverty that they couldn't even afford a basic phone line. As he dug deeper, the journal turned into a ledger of profound human suffering. Some were fighting advanced stages of cancer. Others had suffered devastating strokes or heart attacks. A few had sustained severe spinal cord injuries from accidents and were bound to wheelchairs for life. One old friend was sitting in a state prison, while another, after 2 failed marriages, was desperately searching for a third chance at stability. Within a single month, that old 10th grade class registry had told a heartbreaking story of life's unpredictable brutality. When the month ended, Ethan walked back into the psychiatrist's office and sat down. The doctor looked at him and asked softly, "So, Ethan, tell me about your depression now." Ethan sat in silence, a profound realization wash over him. He finally understood. He wasn't sick. He wasn't starving. His mind was perfectly intact. He didn't have legal troubles, court dates, or police matters hanging over his head. His wife was devoted and healthy. His children were thriving, and he himself possessed a strong, capable body. For the first time in years, he realized just how incredibly blessed he truly was, shielded from the immense agonies that so many others were actively enduring. We often fall into the toxic habit of looking into other people's plates, comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles with their highlighted success. We focus so heavily on what we lack that we become completely blind to what we have. If you ever feel the dark clouds of despair closing in on you, take a moment to look around. Look at the people you grew up with and realize that the very life you are complaining about is a luxury millions are desperately praying for. True peace begins when we stop counting our troubles and start counting our blessings. Every breath, every healthy day with your family, and every quiet night is a grand gift from the Almighty. Let us live with a heart full of absolute gratitude, trusting that our Creator holds our future in His hands.